Crowe Connect is a knowledge-driven podcast by Crowe UAE, created to empower professionals and business leaders with insights into the evolving governance, risk, and compliance landscape. Through conversations with industry experts, it covers regulatory updates, compliance requirements, real-world experiences, and market trends. Episodes will be available on Crowe's LinkedIn page, social media channels, and website.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. First edition of podcast with Mr. Sanjay Singh. Mr. Sanjay, I want to, ask you a few more questions.
Sure, sir.
One is, there have been some relaxation on sanctions on Syria. And there have been a lot of developments in other areas on international financial sanctions. I know that you are a subject matter expert in international sanctions. So I would like your insights on those.
In brief, yes, Syria has been taken out of the rigorous embargo which was in place from various US authorities and other authorities as well. For obvious reasons, because there has been a change in the regime in Syria for the better, obviously, and hence US president's visit to Syria and the dialogue which ensured from there are more comfortable today in terms of relaxing those embargoes in Syria. But from the exchange house perspective, once again, we need to treat a little bit carefully in this area. We should not be looking at it as a wide open window wherein we just, start jumping out and getting it, full throttle transactions with Syria. In my view, we have to be careful about it. One of the key perspective in this would be that we all have correspondent banking relationships, right? So we have, Americans, European relationships, which we have built over a period of time. How they perceive this kind of opening of a Syrian window, and everybody is starting business with them. That has to be properly assessed over a period of time. Maybe cautiously, step by step, we can look into that. Yes, it's again, business will want to go ahead full throttle in opening the window for Syria. But in my view, we need to be thinking about those relationships with our correspondents who may not like to see that we are doing major business with Syria. So we need to treat very carefully in this area, and over a period of time we assess the risk and take possibly take a kind of okay from those American and European correspondents and other correspondents as well. Many of them possibly will have certain restrictions on this country. In terms of doing business with them, or if at all required, then maybe ring fence them based on the comfort they draw from the whole proposition.
So, Mr. Sanjay says that, although relaxations have been there on Syrian sanctions, he says, please tread carefully. Take the concerns of your correspondents very seriously, and again, tread cautiously on this arena. Right, Mr. Sanjay?
Absolutely, sir.
Right. Mr. Sanjay, I have one last question for you.
Sure, sir.
Many companies, exchange houses, do not realize the importance of the risk appetite statement. And I would like you to elaborate how important a risk appetite statement is for exchange houses in their overall AML CFT compliance programs?
Mr. Pijush, you're absolutely right. I mean, especially in the exchange house sector, many of the LFIs do not give due importance uh, for preparation of risk appetite document and ensure that those are reviewed periodically. Okay. Uh, the importance of a risk appetite document is as important as maybe a compliance manual for that matter, which generally tells you in terms of how your compliance program is, right? In my view, it is not a risk management function to ensure that there is a risk appetite document. Though risk appetite document is to be enacted in terms of uh, putting it all pertinent risk-based approach you have taken over a period of time from the financial crime side. But this has to be reviewed by the board of directors. It has to be agreed with the board of directors that what appetite we have, what tolerance level we should fix in terms of handling various aspects of financial crime, which is, in my view, is absent in many of the organizations which I kind of come across. So, yes, it is very important that a proper risk appetite document is prepared in terms of analyzing of each and every risk which you put into the risk appetite. You have to ensure that there are mitigation factors beside that. For example, if you are taking a risk-based approach on particular kinds of portfolio or a transaction for that matter, in a broader way, you need to ensure what are the mitigating factors around that. And you have to present to the board in terms of the risks which you want to put in the appetite document, what are the mitigation factor around that, and the board has to agree and sign off in terms of taking those risks from a larger perspective. So it is a board level document, in my view. It is a document which particularly drives other policies and procedures within the financial crime unit. So yes, it is very important. It is also important that you keep on reviewing it, maybe on a quarterly basis, possibly, to ensure that that is comprehensive. You are not missing out any kind of other pertinent risk which has to go into the appetite document and get it signed by the board. Or if at all there's a need to remodel some of those risk appetite. So this actually tells us that where the board thinks they are comfortable in taking certain number of risks and where they are not, and hence there has to be a very active dialogue with the board of directors, the compliance outfit, the risk management, and the business to ensure that everybody are on the same boat in terms of understanding the risk, taking them in their account, and ensure those risk mitigation factors are built in properly, and put it up with the regulators as and when those are asked for, so that they understand very clearly that what is the risk appetite of this particular company and how they are managing it. So yes, it is very, very important document. I would not even say it's just a document. It has to be seen as a process, and from there drives down. You come down to the policies, then procedures, and then how you develop your system based on those procedures, which will be kind of a top-down approach. Again, bottoms-up approach can be also taken in a risk appetite environment, wherein on a day-to-day basis, if you find certain kinds of transactions which is not conducive to be done in a way we are doing it, we want to do it in a different way, or we adopt RBA, then definitely we need to go and knock at the door of risk appetite management, and then ensure that those are also updated into the risk appetite document, and those are apprised to the board, and they sign it off before we even implement it.
Mr. Sanjay made a very important statement. He says, exchange houses should not take each and every business that comes to them. They must decide right in front what kind of businesses they should take on, and are they able to mitigate those risks? And this should be constantly reviewed, the risk appetite statement. He made another very important statement. He says it should not only be top down, even bottom up, because, first line and second line understand what are the risks they face. So probably from there also risk appetite can come. That's what he mentioned.
Absolutely.
Mr. Sanjay, it was brilliant. We learned a lot from you. So, ladies and gentlemen, you had a very enlightened, insightful, clarifications given by Mr. Sanjay Singh, the Chief Compliance Officer of Ansari Exchange. We are so enlightened from his observations, from his clarifications, and he was quite clear about, for example, he mentioned that these regulatory penalties make a big difference to the country's reputation. Now that, from a compliance officer, is very important. The message is clear, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Sanjay believes in compliance by everybody, and compliance, going deeper into compliance. Don't just stick to, what the regulators say. Maybe you could, enhance your compliance. And he focused on, ensuring proper resources and systems. Everyone has to invest. And he made a very important statement. He said, please do not consider compliance as an expenditure. It is an investment for future profitability of the company. It was very enlightening, and we are so thankful to Mr. Sanjay Singh for his wonderful presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any comments, any questions, please come back to us, and we will be very, very happy to clarify. Thank you again for being on this podcast.